huge.
How long do you keep it up for?
Just take a look at this big, massive thing that I had to build.
Are they going to use it as much as you think they're going to use it? I have
6-foot Bruce Lee framed poster.
brilliant. Good evening, Kev.
Hello, Terry.
Another week has gone by.
Rapid. They keep getting faster and faster.
Tell us what you've been up to this week.
I think we were actually in touch a couple of times through the week, weren't we? And
Yeah.
that I was in London, so I had a busy day in London with work, etc. My TV blew up, but that might be content for another day. So, yeah,
Which
ain't
one? The
doing
main one?
That our LG one, the OLED. I'm going to save that because
Looking forward to it.
Good. Yeah, but what about yourself? I don't know about you, but there's some toys overhanging from Christmas that I haven't yet built for the boys. So
Kids toys. Yeah.
I was putting together one of their remaining toys from Christmas. So yeah, this is a little story about that. A BBC household in the 80s and 90s was not one of fun, laughter, and having a good time. It was built on hard work and making sure you did all your homework. So this wouldn't have been allowed in any of our houses growing up, I think. Just take a look at this big, massive thing that I had to build that Santa got for Hayden for Christmas. Look at the size of it. I was pretty shocked. It was up to my shoulders at this point. The framework was now up to my head. It was taking up most of the playroom, and I was just shocked at the sheer size of this thing. I started to put all the necessary netting in, and this is when it was all built. So you can see that, yeah, it was a lot of good fun. It was a basketball hoop in the end, a double basketball hoop, and you can see here that it's actually taller than Carmen and Hayden as well. And it's just massive and it's good fun, but it does take up most of the room, and I'm pretty sure that we wouldn't have been allowed it when we were growing up as well. So yeah, this is something that I'm not sure how long we'll keep it for. How long would you keep it for? Or do I just get rid of it?
Nice. That's a good toy.
It was massive. It's huge. I was expecting, I don't know, maybe something about 4 foot, sort of like just above, like maybe up to my chest or something like that, and maybe 2 foot wide. And you could just mess about with it. But this thing is 6 foot odd.
What, 6 foot long?
It must be 6 foot high. So it's taller than, I'm 5'9", so it's a couple of inches taller than me. And yeah, it's about 6 foot. Yeah, it's about, I would say, 4.5 foot long, maybe 5 foot long as well. So it takes up most of the playroom now, and it's just sat in there. And that playroom was supposed to be, a homework room, but it's been taken over by this big, massive monstrosity now. But it is good fun. It's got LEDs.
Did the kids ask Santa for that?
Yeah, Hayden asked for a basketball game, and it was, you wouldn't believe it, but it was only 30 quid.
Oh, nice.
I know.
Wait, that's what we were talking about in another episode about the size of presents.
Yes, exactly.
It's impressive.
It was just sat there, mate, for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I thought, right, I best get it out of the way and build it. There's no way our mums and dads will let something like that live in our house.
No, absolutely not. Because I think in Chinese households, space is usually at a premium anyway.
Yes.
And usually in traditional Chinese households, like when we were growing up, you probably didn't have a spare room anyway.
No.
Definitely not. You just said that was your kind of like spare homework room. Chinese people don't have spare homework rooms. We did ours on the not even the kitchen table, on like the takeaway side next to a cord from the chips.
Spare room was reserved for prawn cracker boxes and chip boxing.
So I distinctly remember doing work. Do you remember we did have a takeaway before the restaurant? And do you remember, the paper that they wrap chips in?
Yes.
So they used to have like maybe 3 stacks of those in front on the counter. Yeah. And I remember there was never, ever a time when there wasn't like just a little couple of like grains of salt on it that you just could never get rid of. No how much you cleaned and tidied. It was just every time you leant on it, you just had salt all over your arm.
That is a core memory unlocked right there. So yeah, the tray that normally holds that paper as well, or wherever the paper sits, just any nook or crevice where you put your skin, you just come up with like salt everywhere, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I remember doing like, I think it was colouring or something, though. It was for homework. I was quite young then. And we were colouring. And I'd pick up the paper and the crayons, and this would be just salt. I mean, it wasn't hygienic. I don't know why I was able to do that back then, but do you know what I mean? So there was never a room to do homework. So you're lucky to be able to have a room for homework. So is that now like the activity room now where the basketball hoop is?
To be fair, it hasn't quite turned into the homework room just yet. That was the evolution of it. It was the playroom previously where the kids would play with their stuff, and it's kind of followed them through the ages. So initially it was Thomas the Tank Engine, and then it was Paw Patrol, and then it was Transformers, and all the toys would go
It's
in there.
the boys' room.
Yeah, but now they're all, both of them are 9 and 7, so it's kind of turned into, well, all they want to do is play Fortnite and football and stuff. So it's not really been used to its full potential. First question, would you have been allowed it when you were younger? That's a no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Second question, how long do I keep it in there for? Because it's fun, right? But really, are we really going to keep it in there, or do we just, like, after a few weeks, break the thing and then chuck it out, or what?
Oh, that's a toughie. Well, first question is, I would have loved that when I was a kid.
Oh, it's great.
And I don't think I would have been, not that my mum and dad wouldn't have thought it was a good toy. It was the fact that it was just not a good use of space in the house. How long do you keep it up for? Which is really interesting, actually, because when you buy toys like that, they're a great idea. And actually, you want toys like that to tear them away from the video games for a while. Are they going to use it as much as you think they're going to use it?
Well, I
wanted them to use it.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I know we're going to play it, right? It's kind of like weekend fodder, really, when you're all around, you've got 15, 20 minutes spare, you don't quite know what to do. And it's like, oh, do you want to jump on that? We've got a foosball table as well, a mini one, not a full size one. So when you think about it, it's similar to that. You've got a foosball table that you might jump on. You've got a basketball hoop that you might play.
Yeah,
you've got a board game that you might suddenly break out or whatever. So it's similar to that. And you're right.
Healthy game.
Yeah.
Was it last Christmas? Not the Christmas just gone. I think it was the Christmas before. So my wife and I have, not really a competition, but we have, so basically Santa brings his presents and then the kids buy each other's presents.
Yeah, using your money presents.
It's from them. They buy each other's presents. Then so it's both from both of us. And then there's presents from mum, a present from mum to each, and a present from me to each. But the group ones are fine. It's the present from each that my wife and I have a bit of a competition on.
Nice. So you should.
Yeah. And it's not about money. It is about, we don't actually set a budget, but we always say we're never daft about it. It's almost kind of like, how much do we know our kids?
Yeah, nice.
That type of thing. And we have this. Now, Jan won last year because she bought some customized Skibidi toilet figures that would Skibidi toilet. And now like Drill Man, Toilet Man, TV Man, like these figures. I don't know where she got them from, but they were like, I mean, it took her ages to build them when she got it. So she brought that on herself. And then I bought a similar thing to what you've just bought, what you bought the boys. I bought an air, like a full size, well, not full size, but like a desk size air hockey.
Nice.
And I bought it from those places that sell kind of like home snooker tables and stuff like that.
Those, yeah.
I thought, oh, do you know what? This will be like the talk of if he has mates round. I think we've used it like 7 times.
I know.
So good job. I mean, I knew this would be it. So you can fold it and put it against the wall. And then when you want to play it, you unfold it. And on the other side, there's like a 5-foot pool table.
Yeah.
So you can fold it, but probably 5, no more than 10 times.
Yeah. But like, it sounds like when you think of the idea, I love that now. I'm like, great air hockey, and then flip it over, I can play pool. Like, that sounds awesome, doesn't it? The issue is space. So you want to use that space properly. And then if you had a games room, like if you had a dedicated games room, that would be pretty good.
I've always wanted that. I've always wanted that. I think the premise there was also the fact that if knowing Jamie might not play with it, that I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I haven't.
I mean,
would you play with when the boys don't play with the basketball, would you play with?
I've played with it loads of times.
I've
tried to beat my high score as well, 144 high score. So I'm always on it. So yeah, I enjoy it, but I just think, number one, like that whole haunting and carrying my childhood with me, I can hear my mum and dad on my shoulder going, what the hell is this thing in your house? Why have you got it there? Why are you using it? And then secondly, realistically, how long am I going to use it for? I think a couple more weeks and then maybe we'll give it the old go after that.
I think what you've done there is something that, like you said, something that your mum and dad might not have done because of practical reasons, but you've done it because you know you wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, I think so. I looked at it And I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted. This is genuinely what I want. If I was a teenager in my early teens, I would have gone, yeah, this is what I want in my room for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely. And they got a basketball hoop. And they got a foosball.
Foosball, yeah, and we've got a mini air hockey as well. So we've kind of got it all, you know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That was a great present, that. But yeah, what do you reckon? Give it a couple of weeks?
Couple of weeks, then dismantle, chuck it in the garage.
Oh, it is, isn't it? And when you move out, you're like,
That's it.
yeah.
It'll
We
follow
got
me
stuff like
around.
We've got stuff like that. We moved house, well, actually 11 years ago now, but the previous house we lived for 6 years. And the stuff that we had in boxes 6 years, we just moved to the new garage and it's still in there now.
Well, this is it.
It's in the shed now. But
I don't know what happened when you went to uni, but like when I came back from uni, I moved back to my parents' house, and in my parents' garage, I've still got all my uni stuff.
I have
6-foot Bruce Lee framed poster.
brilliant.
It's my pride and joy. She's like, "Can I get rid of it?" I'm like, "No, because it's gonna come to my house one day. I just don't know when." Carmen's gonna let me buy a 6-foot Bruce Lee poster.
Right,
She's
that's
like,
brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, I've got stuff at my parents' house as well, and I quite like it because every time I go to see my mum and dad, I have a bit of a moment. I rummage through the boxes.
yeah, I do.
I get the stuff out, and I think,
Yeah, I
oh,
do.
God, it's been 20 years already,
Yeah.
and then I tell them, don't chuck anything.
No, I'm the same. I look at my old photos again, even though I've looked at them 50 times. I'll go under my bed and get my BB guns out, and I'm like, "Oh, my BB guns are still in. No one's touched them ever since."
Yeah, I love it. So, have you got a room still?
I have, and it's
Yeah.
got all my old stuff in there. Like it's still got Street Fighter.
Oh, really?
But like, it's been through the transitions because it's got stuff from my teenage years. It's got stuff from uni. It's even got stuff from when Carmen and I first got together. So it kind of like it's followed me from childhood to sort of, you know, yeah, and growing up really. Yeah.
See, no, I still have a room, but it wasn't actually the house that I grew up in. It was the house that when I graduated, I think I lived there for like 6 months or a year. It was my room, but then all my dumped in the room, and I've actually still got clothes from uni days still in the drawers.
Nice.
And my mum keeps saying, "Can we chuck this now?" And no, it's only been 20 years.
Yeah, I need my Evisu jeans that have got the big finger.
Good times. Oh, it's a great story, man. See how long you can keep it up.
I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know.
See how long you can keep it up for. You might be able to. They might just like have days where they just don't play with it for ages, and then suddenly they'll go back onto it and realize how fun it is, and then play with it again.
This is it. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. I reckon it's got about a 4-week shelf life, but let's see.
That's brilliant, man.